Yo, 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 it's your boy Marky Marks Tarot. Happy Sunday to everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope all is good in your world. Hope you all had a great weekend and a good day so far this Sunday. I have. And just advice to everyone, don't give people are crazy. Best thing to do is take care of yourself. Unfortunately, there are people out there, and those people should not be worthy of your energy. Try not to let them get it. Oh, damn noise. Hey, Becca, what's up, sweetie? How you doing? Hope you're feeling better. It's finally stopped raining here for once. Hope you had a good Sunday so far. That's good. Cool. You want a spirit message? All right. Okay. Your message from Spirit is ground yourself. And this card says, being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all the signs that you need to be grounded. And these are signs of are being ungrounded. Now is the time to become more centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. Yes. I'm being editor and you in here right now. I just got on. I'll read a little bit more from the book because there's a booklet that comes with it. So, Spirit has carefully selected this card for a reason. It's now vital that you ground yourself in order to clear your head and stop the racing, frantic, chaotic thoughts that are sending you into a million different directions. It's time to take a firm step back, and so you can think clearly again and achieve your full potential. You need to reconnect with the divine source, but to do so, you have to ground and center yourself. Spend some time in peace and tranquility of nature, whether that's in a countryside or at the beach, or you can be with yourself. Walk barefoot on Mother Earth when you can, or dig your hands deep into soil and garden. Take time to meditate, breathe, and absorb the healing qualities of stillness and serenity. By grounding yourself, you're also aligning yourself with the highest soul purpose, and yet you're still keeping both feet firmly on the ground. So that's the card's full meaning, which I don't really give, but I'll do it to you for today. That's also like telling you, like, I know you said, like, I believe it's your mom passed away, right? So, like, try to call upon her. Like, I don't know if you do or you had a good relationship with her, but like, try to like ask her for help and ask her to like put you in better positions. I don't even know if you do that, and if you do, great. If you don't, then I would suggest like you do that, because like the person that's close to you in spirit can also help you more than you can imagine. So, but you have to ask and believe that it works. You're welcome. Yeah. Because that's why, like, there's a woman on here, you know? It's like there's a woman in spirit that can help you ground yourself. So, why not? Yeah. So, today I went to my parents' house for lunch. They drove me crazy. My dad, he's getting older and older. He's like 79. He's such a pain in the ass. Like, he asks like the same questions over and over. He forgets what he asks me, and he repeats himself. So it's kind of getting like to the point where it's like, yeah, I know he's getting older. I know he's like, gonna be a pain in the ass from now on. Like, I try to do it. Sometimes it's unbearable. But yeah, he drives me crazy on Sundays, man. But my mom's cool. Like, she was all right. Well, my daddy drives me crazy, man. He's like, he says the craziest things, and he's a Libra like you, see. But So try not to drive people crazy, okay? But I mean, my dad's, he's a pain in the ass regardless, but he just like he forgets shit. Like I tell him, look, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, this is this way, that way, this team plays today, this is that time, and he's like he never gets it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, speak my truth. How you doing? Yeah, his skills are tipping. Yes, he's a unbalanced Libra. He doesn't want to change. He doesn't want to like. He doesn't want to like get to the place. Even though you're older, he doesn't have no motivation. I'm doing good. Just talking about my Sunday so far, dealing with my dad. But yeah, he's deteriorating, with his old age and things like that. It's hard to see, but at the same time, he's okay. Like he has his moments where he's like he's all messed up. He's got health issues and stuff like that. So, every Sunday I try to, every Sunday I pretty much go to my parents' house and have lunch with them and hang out for like about 2 or 3 hours and talk to them about things and talk to them about life. None of my other brothers and sisters do that. So I'm the only one that goes there at least once a weekend and hangs out with them and does stuff with them. Yeah, I mean, the thing is my parents gave me a hard time when I was young. Such a hard time that I don't even know how I even speak to them anymore. But they were looking out for me, but just a little bit too much. It's it's 6:44 here. Fall. I saw 444 yesterday. But yeah, it's a task, dealing with family and parents and all sorts of things. But I rather them be alive and be a pain in the ass than be passed away and me not having them around. So it's all good. I can't change the way they are. Not that I am trying to change anybody, but sometimes like it's a lot of the stuff is just like common sense shit. Just like, are you serious right now? But they gave me a hard time. But at the end of the day, parents are looking out for their kids. Some parents don't give a shit about their kids. They don't care what they do with their life. They're like, oh well, whatever, I don't care. They'll live and learn. Blah blah blah. So my parents weren't like that. They wanted us to learn and not like deal with that. My parents were very strict. See, I was a DJ when I was young, very young. Like when I was 14, I started DJing like at school parties and like, at school, at house parties. Back then, you had to be home at 12 o'clock. But my parents, you had to be home at 11 o'clock. They weren't even going to allow us to be nowhere near midnight, So like even at 16, 17, like my dad was always like, yeah, you better be home at 11 o'clock. And I was like, fuck you, I ain't coming home at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is when the party starts, and when I come on as a DJ, I'm like prime time. So I'm coming on close to midnight until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't give a fuck about coming home, I want to live my life. Like this is like, I'm one of the best DJs in the island right now. Like, you don't understand what I'm going to do. Like, I can't. What you want me to do? Go on the mic and say, I can only pay till 11 o'clock. And I think all you kids should be home like me. Bye. I can't play out till, 11 o'clock. I got to go home because my dad's strict and he's an idiot, No. So my dad used to, like, wait for my, I used to have a motorbike. So, I used to come home on the bike. And he used to hear me come home, but I got smart Like I used to trick him, and like I used to cut my motorbike off and just let it roll down the hill into the yard, and I'd sneak in and I'd get in. Sometimes he'll hear me, sometimes he won't. And then it got to a point where he would lock the door because he knows I'm not coming home at 12 o'clock. So he tried to teach me a lesson by locking the door and not having me sleep in my own, bed. So I would say, fuck it, I don't care. I'll go sleep in the garage. I'd just, go in the car, in my dad's car. I'd sleep in the back seat. I did it many, many nights. Hey, milk tea, all good, thanks. Just talking about my past with my parents and things like that. And I never realized it at the time, but I know my parents wanted the best for me and didn't want me in clubs and didn't want me to get caught up with drugs and hoes and all sorts of things like that. So I know what they try to do what's best for me, but you try to like take me away from my dream, and anyway, I fulfilled my dream. I ended up becoming one of the best DJs in the island, and I ended up winning competitions and going all over the world and doing it for 20 years. And I never, had any super bad experiences where I had to go to jail or somebody called my dad and say, hey, you're Mark's DJing. And, I know he's one of the, best in Bermuda right now, but who gives a fuck? He's in jail right now because, I saw him doing drugs. I told my dad, like, you never got that phone call from any cop saying that I'm bad or I'm doing something bad. I'm behind a booth in a booth playing music for crazy drunk crackheads. Who cares? Like, like let me do what I want to do. But he just couldn't see it that way. So I literally had to move out of my parents' house and move into my own apartment at the age of 19. And I had like, I was in the Army, and I had a good job as a mechanic, and I was DJing, so I was getting 3 paychecks every month, one from the Army, one from my regular job, and one from DJing. So I can afford to have rent at that, I can afford to do things, like that. So, but I had to get away from my parents and show them like I'm a grown man. Leave me a fucking alone. Let me do what I have to do, and then you'll get over it eventually. So yeah. All my brothers my brother and my 2 sisters, we all left early because we didn't want to be there all the time. And now it's totally different. Oh, thanks for the donation. Speak my truth. Go ahead and ask your question when you want. Yeah, sometimes we have to get away from our parents in order to succeed because some parents are so strict that they just don't understand that the only way your kids are gonna grow up to be a man or a woman is to like be on their own. Stop like trying to stop your kid from being who they want to be. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, I try to show my parents that, but they just didn't get it. So yeah, exactly. That's why like I don't mind not having children right now. If I ever have a child, then that'd be great. But like, I would never hold back my child from doing what they want to do. Like, just do what you want to do, and please be cautious. There's crazy fucks out there. Know what you got to do. Like, and I like telling stories like this because I'm old enough to tell them. Hey, Mike, what's up, bro? How you doing? All right, let's check. Speak my truth. So yeah, I went through hell when I was young with my parents, but I still go see them till today. I still help them. I still, I do more for them than any of my brothers and sisters do, except for my youngest sister. She helps them more like financially. I help them like, with things that they don't want to pay, people to do. Like I rather just paint their house and fix their shit and, stuff like that. And I don't take no money from them, cook meals for them. My dad comes up here every week to watch football because he doesn't have internet. He doesn't want a computer. He doesn't know what he's doing with the damn phone, let alone anything else. My parents are super old school. So in order for my dad to watch like, football games, he's got to come up here and watch it on, my Fire Stick, which is connected to, my internet. He's too cheap to buy shit like that, and he wouldn't even know what to do with the computer. He wouldn't even know how to turn it on. All right, thanks, Philomena. Thank you. You can ask your question right after Speak My Truth. All right. As far as things improving between you and JP, I would say slowly it'll improve, but there's still going to be some problems here and there, delays here and there. I think that his health is an issue, or the health of someone around him is an issue for him right now. And I think that it's really burdening him and bringing him obstacles and problems. And that's why like things are, on and off, Oh, okay. I'm so sad to hear that. Yeah. So like I think these health issues with his his baby girl is like holding him back from being with you more, or being, in a more progressive, improving relationship with you. So, and that's totally understandable. Like, my daughter will come before any relationship, you know what I'm saying? So like if you can understand that, then that's good for you. If you can't, then that makes you become selfish in a way. That's just my opinion, but I know you're not obviously like that. But yeah, but that's the thing. It's not fair at all to him either, because he's not asking for his daughter to feel that way or be that way. Um, yeah, well, like I tell you all the time, this person doesn't seem like they're multitasking. They're a multitasker. A lot of well, that's the way he is, because his whole thing is my daughter is my world. And if you don't have a child, then we don't really know those things. That's what people always say to me, because I don't have kids. And the thing is, he's trying to make things work with you and try to deal with you, but his main priority is that, yeah. I understand that you at least want to get communication and all that, but it'll slowly improve. It's not going to get better and better, but it'll slowly improve to a point where once the health of his baby girl is a little better, then he can, have time to deal with you at the same time, but right now he's a person who people depend on. He's a person who has to have a lot of persistence and patience. He's trying to like deal with this situation first, and then he can deal with you afterwards. Like I tell many people, and I'll tell you, and I'll say it out loud. A lot of people who are in a relationship with someone who have kids, you have to understand that that child is number one and you are number two. If you're lucky, you might be number three. So if you're lucky enough to be the second person on that person's list, be thankful for that. I'm not defending JP, but at the end of the day, you got to look at it, through both ways. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. Speak my truth. I know it takes 2 seconds, but that's the thing. If you gotta understand this thing as well. Like if he really wanted to be in a concrete relationship with you and be with you 100%, then he would do that. So obviously this is telling you that he's not the type of person who is going to give you 100%. So when you're not getting 100%, you got to ask yourself, do I want 100%? I'm going to have to go find it from somebody else and get rid of this situation I'm in. And then again, it can change when the baby's back to normal. he can like give you 100% again. So it all depends if you want to be patient about it, or go through this type of thing. And if you're not, then my suggestion is like, if you want 100% communication and attention, then leave JP and go find somebody that's going to give you 100%. It's up to you at the end of the day. You know what I mean, sweetheart? In your mind, there is no excuse. It takes 2 seconds to text. So if he's not giving you that, then what is that telling you? That's telling you that he's not really 100% with you. So that's why I never see anything concrete here when you ask me questions about him. It's always about him, his own life. It's all about his excuse why he doesn't give you attention and why he doesn't communicate with you. Because he has, his life is his priority. You're just somebody that is second place. So if you want to be second place, then that's up to you. So slowly but surely, it'll get better. As I see here, it'll slowly get better, but it's not gonna like change overnight. That's for sure. And it makes sense with the kid and stuff like that. So, also like I'll put in Yeah, exactly. Right. I agree. Listen, I agree with you 100%, speak my truth. It is common courtesy. It does take 2 seconds to text. If you're saying, I pray for your child, I expect you to say something, but I'll be mad too. I'm not defending either of you. I'm just like trying to give a perspective from both sides, And if you like, that's the thing. If you're not really going to get, because the way you're saying this is like you want his attention, you want his his full attention, you want him to at least acknowledge the fact that you should have courtesy to text me back. And if he isn't doing that, then that just shows the character of the person. Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, I know. And I'm not trying to like take sides or anything, because that is fucked up. I would also be like annoyed in your case too. And that's why I try not to get myself in those predicaments. And that's why like a lot of people look at me like, oh, well, Mark said he wouldn't date women with kids. Well, this is one of the reasons why I would avoid it, because you have to deal with, these type of issues. Not saying that, I would never do it. Obviously, I have done it in the past, but, I know what you have to encounter in that. And it doesn't make, it's a preference. It's not it can be an option, but it's a preference that we take, and an option and a choice. Yeah, well, yeah, I know it's not fair. So if you feel like you're being dealt unfairly, then you question you have to ask yourself is, do I really want to go through this any further or any longer? Like, is it really worth me like going through this anguish and annoyingness, of this situation, Well, that's the thing. You can't force him to do anything, and if he's not giving you the time, if you do force him to do that and you make him do it, then he's going to tell you bye. And then that's when you have to go on your merry way. But I mean, that's up to you. I know it's hard, but I always suggest to people, if you're not getting 100%, then don't give 100%. And if you want 100%, you got to go find it. You can't demand it. But I wish you luck, sweetheart. Try and see how it goes. I know it's hard. Philomena, you can go ahead and ask your first question. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. Well, that's a suggestion. I was gonna suggest you to do that, but I know how that works for you. I've already told you in the past. Don't text him back. Don't give him 100%. Let it be. But you were like, fuck, Mark, I can. I had to text him. So when you did that, I was like, I ain't gonna tell her to do that no more because she ain't gonna do it. You know? Yeah, milk tea, yeah. Becca, you say, as a parent, if someone were to express their care and support for my child being sick, my heart would melt. I would respond with a lot of love and gratefulness. Well, that's the thing, sweetheart. It's a lot of people would appreciate that, but this is why I'm trying to speak my truth. If you're doing these things and he's ignoring that, then it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you, let this person go, because they don't even appreciate the fact that you care about their child that don't even belong to them. But it's nothing. I can't speak my truth to think what I think or be how I am. Me personally, I would never even deal with that shit. Hell no. After you ignore me a couple times after I'm being nice, goodbye. Like I don't put up with that shit no more. Yeah, there you go. That's what you got to do. Yeah, I agree. But me saying about him multitasking is a thing that people don't know how to do because they don't want to. Yeah. All right, Philomena, you say, is Edwin going to come back into my life? I had a dream about him last night. Yeah, it's not easy. I feel for like people who go through that shit. But before I answer your question, Philomena, I just want to let like everybody know in here, you get what you give and you give what you get. You know what I mean? Like if you are not getting 100% from someone, then what's the sense of being with that person? There's someone out there that wants to give you 100%, but you don't want that person. So how are you going to get 100% if you're not, accepting it or giving it or wanting it? And if you get comfortable with getting nothing in return or getting whatever you get, then you're going to keep that. You're going to get that way. You're going to stay in that rut over and over and over. All right, Philomena, you say, is Evan going to come back? It is, but hey, I don't know. That's why I'm single, I guess. I can't deal with that shit. Philomena, as far as Edwin coming back into your life, it's a possibility that he's coming back into your life, but he thinks that you don't want nothing to do with him, or you're like, because your friendship isn't that great or isn't together anymore, or there is no friendship. He's finding it like hard to like try to come back to you or to try to like, say hello to you or even contact you. I think his life is getting better. I think that he's working hard. He's progressing in life. He's got more money now. I think that he's putting in a lot of efforts. And I think that because he feels better, he feels like he could possibly come back to you and be with you in like a productive friendship or even more than that. I think he has you on his mind. And I think that he's put in a lot of hard work and he's working hard and getting himself to a better place mentally and financially. So if that was the reason why things didn't work out between you and Edwin, then yeah. Right. And I think he was playing games because, he obviously wasn't doing very good at the time. But I think his life is a little better now. So I think he might come back. And I would say in the next 30 days, there's a possibility you might hear from him. and he might tell you that his life is better and things are going good for him, and try and give you this like, oh, do you, are you proud of me type of vibe, or I'm doing better, so you should, be cool with me again. I think he's gonna try and give you that type of scenario, or that type of you know uh that type of energy back to you. Is gonna be like, okay, I'm doing better now. I'm not gonna play games. My life is better. Can you please, you know, be back with me, or take me back, or such and such. Hey, Sarah, thank you. So it looks like he will try and contact you, or try and come back into your life, Philomena. I get that he'll try and come back, and the reason he's trying to come back is because he wants to, he's trying to, because his life is a little better now, so he doesn't have to play games. But it's not necessarily to be in a relationship. It's just to like tell you how he's doing. You know what I mean? All right. Give me a second here. Mike, you are next. That's up to you. That's up to you, sweetheart. I've already made my suggestions to you, but that's up to you. Yes, I know you donated twice, but in between your donation, Mike donated. So, but you can go ahead and ask your second question, and then I'll do Mike after that. Mike, if that's okay, I'll just answer Philomena's second question, and then I'll get you afterwards, because he donated in between your second donation. But that's okay. All right, cool, Mike. Thanks a lot, man. All right, let's see what we got here. What are Trey's feelings or intentions? All right, Philomena, this person, Trey, I feel like he's struggling with his life right now. He's got a lot of conflicts and obstacles going on. Like he feels like unsatisfied with certain situations. But I think that he's going to. I feel like he's a good person, and he's helpful, and I feel like he's going to like ask you out on a date. I don't know if you guys work together, but I feel like this person works a lot, and they put in a lot of personal effort into themselves. I do feel like this person's gonna like offer you to go out on a date or something, or ask you if you're single, or ask you if they already know you're single. Then I think they're gonna say like, hey, I finally got time from work because I'm really busy. So like, can I you have time? I have time now. Would you like to go out? He does work a lot. Yeah. I see that like he's yeah, I feel like he's gonna ask you out, and I think he's gonna say, hey, um, I would like to go out with you sometime. I think that he's been like meditating on this. I feel like he's a loyal person, a nice guy, and he's somebody who's very trustworthy at work. He's a good worker, and I think his work reflects on who he is. So I would say that he feels about you. He feels like asking you out, and he feels like, that's his intentions. He feels like asking you out, but I think he also had like a relationship where his last relationship he struggled and he had like arguments. So he's like trying to like slowly get back into the vibe of, you know, thinking about asking a woman out. But I think he's gonna ask you out, possibly this month or in the next couple of days or so. I think he'll ask you out. All right. Just my advice, when you talk to him, try not to like, argue, or try not to like, if he tells you an opinion and you don't really like it, just say, oh well, that's your opinion. And then when you tell him how you feel, be honest, but don't make it like don't make it an argument. Like, because I think that he can be very argumentative or opinionated. So that might cause the connection to like not go the way it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? But it looks good though. It looks like he'll ask you out. Looks like his intention is to like pursue you, but it's in between work time. When he gets a chance, he might like link up on his day off or something like that. Yeah. But that's what could happen there. So it looks good with him, not the other guy. All right. Mike, you can go ahead and ask your question, bro. Michael. I don't know if you want me to call you Mike. All right, Michael, you said now the kids are back. Will Sarah come back? All right, cool, Mike. Just so many Sarah coming back. I know she's still trying to work on her things. That's holding up. All right, Mike, I'll check, mate. I'll check, bro. All right. I do see her still struggling and feeling like she's done you in a bad way. I think she's hard on herself right now. I think like she's feeling like, oh, if I do go back to Mike and the kids, how is he gonna view me? He says one thing, but I don't know if he really means it. I think she misses the home vibe. I think that she is going to come home in the next like 4 weeks. So I would say like, between like from now to the next 30 days, I feel like she'll be back home and she'll want to come there because that's where she's going to feel the peace. That's where she's going to feel tranquility with you and, the kids and everything. And I think that she has to make the adjustment in order to get there. But right now, I feel like she feels like, life is unfair to her. Like she's not getting what she wants, And I also think that people might like accuse her, if she were to go back to you and the kids, like people are gonna like, she's worried about what? Yeah, she holds resentment and she holds that like, untrueness about like her. Like I think like her words that are said to her by other people or what she thinks about what other people says is also making her like feel like, people's judgment of her is bad. So she's kind of like, if I go back, everybody's going to talk shit about me, or everybody's going to say that, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm not a fit mom. And, I'm not a good wife, I'm a this, I'm a that, So the accusations of people, she doesn't, holds her back a bit. And, she thinks that, people she thinks also that she's a bad partner. She wasn't good enough, and but that's just what she thinks. But eventually, I think that she's gonna come there and be with you guys, because I got good cards at the end here, you know. Yeah, exactly. But you know, like a lot of people let the outside, the peanut gallery, I call it. You know, a lot of people let like people on the outside, you know, like talk too much shit. Like what goes on between you and your family behind closed doors is nobody's business. But if you allow these people, like try to tell her that don't allow these people to take her energy. You know, don't allow that to happen because you know and she knows what your life is. You know, people go through shit and they come back together. It happens millions of times. You know, and then, you know, some people just need to, you know, regroup and get back together. Everybody lives a different life. So just remind her of that if you haven't, but if I'm sure you have. But like I do see her coming back and being with you guys, and you guys being happy together, and things will work its way out, you know. I think that she's made a lot of adjustments, and I think that she's being very patient right now, and she knows that being together with you is going to be the best thing for her, you know. Yeah, I know, bro. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You know, but um, I'm not. You know, I don't believe in like, you know, giving up and not fighting. But it all depends on what you're fighting for. Are you fighting for fake love? Are you fighting for real love? Are you fighting for just your kids or just to have the family together? Or you know, or are you really fighting because you love that person and you can forgive them for what they did? You know, now that's all the questions you have to ask yourself, and that's what a lot of people have to ask themselves. But the problem is, like, a lot of people give up and think that a divorce and a separation is the easiest thing, and I'm going to go find somebody else that's a miracle. And then they realize that, you know, everybody's the same, or, you know, not everything's perfect. So to answer your question, Mike, I think she will be back in the next 30 days. And I think that everything will be will be better for you, and everything will work out perfectly fine. All right, bro. Just keep, I know you're fighting, and I respect you as a man for doing that. And you know, I'll remember you always when I'm if I'm ever in that predicament. Hey Jessica, thanks for subscribing. Yes, thanks, Becca. Um, I do see you finally getting the peace and the satisfaction eventually, Michael. But just allow everything to happen in its own time. Um, I respect you for doing that and keep doing it, man. Don't give up. You know? Yeah, definitely, bro. You know that as soon as Sleepy Joe drops the law of the unvaccinated are free again, then I'll get my unvaccinated ass over there for sure. I miss ATL, man, for sure. I miss going to the United States, period. But I'm not getting no vaccine. That's not happening. So yeah, but one day I'll get there. The world will finally be back to normal one day. I need a vacation in the West Way, bro. Trust me. But yeah, Mike, it looks good, bro. I'm glad that I got good cards here for you. Um, I do feel like, you know, everything's gonna be all right. You'll be fine. You're welcome, bro. I I'm gonna make sure that just make sure that you stay sane and stay patient, man. That's all my suggestion, you know. Jessica, I do questions by donation, by PayPal, $5. But I do offer a free message from Spirit today. I'm still on donations, so I have to take care of. Um, Sarah, you are next. My perspective of what? What, sweetheart? What do you want my perspective on? I already told you what my perspective is at the end of your reading. I told you if you're not getting 100%, then don't give 100%. You know? Yeah, I feel I do give good advice, but it's only good advice if you take it. You know? That's the thing. I want everybody in here to have positive outcomes and positive readings and and have positive stuff, but it's not always that's the case, I think you should pull back, yes, just to see if you get the same. You're right, yeah. So you answered your own question. See, if I were you, and if you want my advice, leave him alone. Just let him contact you. Let me tell you something. No answer is an answer. You got me? So if he ain't answering you back, that means, leave me alone. Yeah. And for him to be like that, yes, it's fucked up, and yes, it's not good, and yes, it's annoying, but you can't change a person. A person has to change themselves for you, or want to change, that situation, So don't message him anymore. And I don't want to see you tomorrow and say, Mark, I couldn't hold myself. I just messaged him again. So then that becomes your fault. See, you've got to say, I'm not going to talk to you anymore in your mind, and then stop doing it, because you're going to drive yourself crazy. Yeah, I would say match his energy, but at the same time, you got to ask yourself, do you want to deal with that petty shit all the time? When you could be somebody else's queen. I'm the type of person, I don't put up with nothing. Like, if I were to say how I really feel on here, people would not look at me like I'm crazy. But I don't have many friends anymore, and my family is very limited, because if you disrespect me, then I don't care about you anymore. You're nothing to me. Like, that's how I feel. And people say I shouldn't be like that. Say, what you want me to do? Keep accepting your bullshit? You're gonna keep stabbing me in my back, disrespecting me, and I'm supposed to be, okay, cool, keep disrespecting me. You're my friend. Thank you so much. No, that's not happening. I'm not that person. I'm not the one. And the less people you have around you, the better, because the less energy you have to absorb from idiots. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. All right, Sarah, you say, what is coming towards you love-wise? All right. All right. When you ask me a question like that, Sarah, I want to know, do you want a man, a woman, a relationship with the man? I need to know, because everybody, has their own little preferences. So you want to know what's coming towards you, love-wise, with a man or a woman, a relationship with a man. Okay, cool. Because I want to ask the cards the right thing, Okay. All right. As far as a relationship with a man, somebody coming towards you love-wise, from now to the end of the year, there is a guy I see here, Knight of Swords, somebody who has young energy, could be the same age as you or a bit younger. If you want to be a cougar, then that's cool. So this guy, I feel could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, but this guy is a brave person. Whatever they see, whatever they, when they see you, they want to approach you. They want to get to know you. but I feel like this person is gonna rush towards you, like, and say, certain things and do certain things. Um, he's a person who, uh, has a lot of things. I feel like he's got money, he's got security, he's got a lot of things. He also might have like a child or something like that, or a family, or he just likes to be in family situations. He takes care of his family. But this person, like, is someone who is hesitant, and they don't know if they should approach you, or if they should hang out with you, or if they should deal with you. Um, they doubt themselves. They're indecisive, and they're just not certain with what they want, and they don't want to embarrass themselves by coming towards you and getting rejected. So this person is like up and down with their feelings, but I feel like this is the person that's going to be in your energy from now to the end of the year. And this person is someone who um, doesn't mind being home, has experience with relationships and with people. So I feel like, this person, you can know them, and you might not know them. I feel like you don't know this person, and I feel like you'll meet them possibly like in the next 2 weeks or so, and this person will be someone who takes matters into their own hands, does things. Um, I feel like they're brave. They'll come up to you and be like, "Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Can I get your number, or what you're doing? What do you do for a living?" They'll start striking up a conversation, and they feel like they can be with you and stuff like that. But I feel like you might be hesitant, or you might doubt it at first. But if you give it a chance, then it might happen. And also, like, if there's an age difference, like if this guy's like younger than you, try not to like just say, go away, young boy, or go away, young man, I'm too old for you, or so if you have like an age discrepancy against that, that's up to you. Everybody has a preference, but I feel like the guy has a young energy, or he's significantly younger than you. But I feel like this guy wants an older woman, or he just would rather be with somebody who has, things like that. Thanks, Jessica. You can ask your question. You're next. So, Sarah, look forward to seeing someone with a young energy, someone who is young, and sounds like someone you just started talking to. Well, that's good. That means that this person is someone that is you're gonna end up dealing with, because I got the number 10 here, right? So that means October to me, and if you've met him this month, then it's going to continue to be good. But just know that this person has anxiety, and they feel like, kind of indecisive. Yeah. So that means that's a good thing. See, if I pick that up in the cards already, then that's good, because this is the energy that's supposed to happen. See, so you've already met this person, you're already dealing with the person and the age difference. But see, that the age difference is going to cause anxiety. It's going to cause like a little bit of hesitancy and indecisiveness. You know what I mean? It's going to be like that for a while. But I feel like if you're okay with it, I feel like he's going to be okay with it. That's not that bad. That's not that bad at all. I dated someone way younger than that, and I didn't want to, and I regretted it actually. But it's not to say that it'll happen again. But that's only 9 years. That's not bad at all. If you're not old enough to be his mom, then that's okay. But even if you did, who cares? It's not nobody's problem. Yeah, see, that's not bad. That's nothing to worry about. Age is just a number, right? So they say. Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. Thanks for the encouraging words, Michael. Well, if your sons have an issue, then that's their issue. It's not yours. you know. But I think that your family will be okay with it. I think your sons will be all right with it. As long as you don't have a son that's 31, which I doubt, you know. Yeah, that's fine, you know. That's okay, Sarah. Nah, that's all right. Yeah, exactly. Then he's not old enough to be their daddy, so it's all good. You know what I mean? At least you got protection. They'll kick his ass if they treat you wrong, you know. But I think that he's more hesitant to make it happen because of the age or because maybe your sons might kick his ass. I know I'd be scared to date a woman with 4 sons. Fuck that. Hell no. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna treat your mom with respect, bro. We good. We good. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna treat your mom wrong. You know, okay, we're good. All right, bro. Your mom's gonna be in good hands. I mean, she's gonna be, yeah, she's gonna be in good hands, my hands, but I won't make sure my hands won't wander anywhere, okay, bro? You guys, please don't, beat the shit out of me. I'll treat your mom with respect, okay? I know I'd be scared to date somebody with 4 sons that age. I'd be like, yeah, they beat my ass. Nah, they're just looking out for their mom, that's all. I agree, Jessica. I agree with that. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, so Sarah, just to conclude things and to ease your mind a bit, if this guy treats you with respect and your son see how happy you are, then why would they have a problem with him, right? So just see how it goes, just see how it goes. Just take it one day at a time. That's all. But I do see a little bit of indecisiveness and hesitancy, and he might be, kind of embarrassed to come around, but hey, do what's best for you, sir. Your sons will get over it. And if he treats you right, then why would they have any objection? They're just being protective. That's all. I wish you luck, sweetheart. Go for it. It's come up in the cards, so it's pretty good. All right, Jessica, you said, how does Alex, a Cancer male, really? Oh boy. Cancer males, I don't like to harp on Cancer males too much, but they can be very emotional, and they can be take shit to the heart too much. Or depends on what your sign is too. Some people have queens, but they're not kings. That's the difference, sweetheart. There's hardly any alpha males left in this world. All right. Oh, you're a double Cancer? Okay, so you got double trouble then. No, I'm just teasing, Jessica. I'm just teasing. Yeah, I know it's frustrating to speak my truth, but just give it time. You'll be all right. Okay, Jessica, how Alex really feels about you. Yeah, I kind of know that, from Cancer people, but I try not to treat all of them like that. I tease them a bit, but I love my Cancer people. They're cool. The thing is, I think he's romantically attracted to you. I think that he looks at you as a person in his life that he can progress with. He feels like he can, do things with you, unite with you, and be with you in a romantic way or show you some type of romance. He would like that. He would like to be with you. But the thing is I think that he's being very discreet and cautious. I wouldn't say lying to you, but I would say that he withdraws from talking about certain things to you because he doesn't want to like tell you everything about himself in one day or one week. I also think that what's affected him in the past is like seduction. Like maybe he thinks that you want to seduce him or you're trying to seduce him or vice versa. Or he's been seduced in the past and it kind of made him think that, all women want is money or all women want is just, to have sex and then they're going to leave me anyway. I think he thinks like that sometimes. He also feels uncertain about how he actually feels about you, but it's like he thinks that it's not going to work, or he thinks that maybe you feel like you don't really care about him enough to really give him a chance. But that's how he really feels. He feels like he can be with you, but he's not sure on how he's going to express himself or how he's going to tell you about, the discrete things in his life. He's being very cautious about what he says. And I think that he's also trying to get more knowledge about you, like more, he wants to get to know you better or get to know things about you to see so his outlook on you isn't so uncertain. But if he's lost somebody recently, like if somebody died in his life recently, like this year or last year, or like if he had somebody that passed away that was close to him, I think it's emotionally messing him up, you know? We've been connected for 6 years. He leaves and then comes back. Yeah. Well, I guess that's the withdrawal I see there. He lives in denial, I think. I think that he doesn't want to get hurt again, or he doesn't want to be hurt, or he doesn't really want a relationship. I think he's attracted to you, and I think that he would like to have a romantic thing with you, but I think that it's on his end. I think he's the one who has to make the decision. I think that you would want to be. I think that you want to be with him, but he doesn't really want to be 100%. Okay, that makes sense then. I think the passing of his father is affecting him more than anybody thinks, or maybe you think. I think that's affecting him a lot, especially if he was close with his dad. I think this his burial and his death messed him up a lot. So I think that that's affecting his decisions, and I think it's affecting him mentally. So that's why he's not giving you 100%, or maybe the time of day like you really want. But he looks at you in a good way. I think it's just him. He's the one who is not wanting to be in 100%. You know what I mean? And if he has like a job where he's wanted and needed a lot, then that's also holding him back from being with you like 100%. But as far as him like being in a relationship with you, I think it's on his mind, but not a priority. Like he's not gonna wake up and say, "Yeah, today's the day I'm gonna ask Jessica to be with me for the rest of my life," or something like that. I think that his father's passing, his job, and his emotions are getting in the way of him actually being in a relationship with anybody. So to answer your question, that's how he really feels. He feels like, things could work with you guys, but he's not willing to make the total effort because of his personal life. But when you get married to someone, your vows say for sickness and in health, for rich or for poor, I love you to the end of time. But nobody does that shit anymore. You know, certain people don't really, I wouldn't say nobody does it, but a lot of people don't care to take those vows serious and don't think that, you know, don't really care about relationships like that because they think that everybody's fucked up. Yeah. Have you tried contacting him since? You know, I don't want to like seem like women have to do like a lot of women think, I'm not saying this is you, don't take this, you know, the wrong way. But see how you said he hasn't talked to me since July. But have you contacted him in between July and now? Like to say, hey, how you doing? You know, how's it going? You know, like if you women expect a guy to keep contacting you and keep contacting you and he doesn't, then that doesn't mean the guy doesn't want you. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Well, here we now we're getting somewhere, and he hasn't responded. So if he hasn't responded, then that's why I got what I got. Like he's being very cautious in contacting you because he doesn't want to get, you know, into any type of, you know, relationship because he probably gets the vibe from you that you want that. So if he doesn't want it, that's why he ain't respond. So unfortunately, people are like that, you know. But his true feelings is that, you know, that he doesn't really want him to get into a relationship, but he does. He would like to be with you, but that's, you know, something that he would like. But whether or not he does it, that's a whole nother ballgame, you know. So if he hasn't responded and you haven't talked to him since July, then I'll tell you, like I tell everybody, no answer is an answer. So if you're not getting any answer, then that's your answer to your question. He doesn't really care to further his friendship or relationship with you. And because of the you know, the death and things like that, I think that's took a toll on him. But once again, that's not an excuse to like not text, you know, and take 2 minutes out of your time and say, hey, you know, how you doing? Yeah, thanks for, you know, reaching out to me. You know, yeah, I'm okay, I'm good. But so, if nobody responds, like you got to put yourself in the person's shoes as well. Like you got to ask yourself, if I'm not really interested in this guy, I'm not going to answer him. I'm not going to respond to him, right? And so if the guy is not responding to you, that means that that person isn't interested in being in more of a friendship or relationship with you. That's why I always tell people, if nobody's responding, then that's your answer. You know, you can't, I know you may have feelings for the person, but the person may not have the same feelings for you. I think that we have to accept the fact that those things are real and that happens, you know, and just move on. We have to find people that actually respond to us, socialize with us, communicate with us, and actually want to be with us instead of trying to analyze what this person wants. Because if it's meant to be, then it's going to be communication nonstop. There's going to be respect. There's going to be love. There's going to be, you know, truth. There's going to be everything. So if that doesn't happen, then fuck it. Just move on, you know? Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I got what I got in the car. I think his father's passing, you know, took a big toll on him, you know? So I know that's not, I mean, I know that that's, you know, a death can really affect somebody, you know, especially if you're close to them. But it's still not an excuse not to talk to somebody unless you have a reason, you know? Yeah. So, you know, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, you know, friendship is friendship. At least, you know, you're friends, and that's a good thing. But if somebody doesn't contact you, then that's just pretty much them. You know, that's their own fault, and that's just that person not wanting to talk to you. Um, You know, I've done it many a times. People contact me and I'm like, yo, hell no, I'm not talking to this person. And then I'll just entertain some people because, it's life. Sometimes you have to. It's better than getting stalked and annoyed. And, eventually the person will shut up eventually, and leave you alone. I hope. Yeah, but there's a saying that I always say too: people are in your life for a reason or a season. So some people are in your life for 6 years, and then you never hear from them again. Some people are in your life for more than that, and then they just disappear. It's I think that we should take it how it comes and just move on. Find new people, deal with new people. You know, respect and love yourself, and put yourself in a position to let those things go. And once you let those things go and know you can't change that person, and know that you've done your part, and you're okay with that, then you just move on. You know what I mean? There's only so much you can do. You're welcome, Jessica, and thanks for coming here. Appreciate that. It's a messed up situation. Sometimes it's like that. But I also have a saying where you can't miss nothing you never had. So that's what I tell myself every day. And so, but I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. It's very relaxing. It definitely feels like a Sunday today. It rained like all day yesterday here, and this morning it was like all gloomy and cloudy. But and now it's still cloudy outside, but at least it's getting cooler. The days are getting shorter, starting to get darker faster. So we're almost on daylight saving times, another 3 weeks. But it's all good. It's life. All right. I'm gonna actually head out. If nobody has any more questions or anything like that, I'm gonna head out of here and take a break. And I'm going to get some dinner. And I might come back. I'll see what happens. I'm not sure yet. Yes, you can. I'm doing spirit messages today. It's raining there. Oh, cool. I sent it your way then. Yeah, here in Bermuda, it's 10 to 8, 7:50 p.m. And it's already like super dark. Like 7, it gets dark here now. All right. Yeah. Okay. Milk Tea, this is your card. A child's love. This card from Spirit says the love between a partner and child is one of the most precious and deepest connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as a part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. So you might be dealing with children, or you might have children on your mind, or you're good with kids. Sure, Jessica, I'll give you one. I'll explain that to you. I knew you were going to say that, but I'll explain why that card came up. Jessica, your card is love, and Spirit wants you to know that love is the foundation of your essence, and you're just worthy of receiving as you are giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels through your life. So Spirit wants you to love yourself, express your emotions, and be compassionate and give love and compassion. And receive love as well. Let people love you. Let Spirit love you. See, these are Spirit messages. So usually this is Spirit talking to you and telling you the message, right? Obviously. So in your case, if you don't have children, sometimes sometimes this could be like a miscarriage you've had. So if you've ever had a miscarriage, this could be like that baby that you miscarried in spirit around you. If that's not the case, then it's children who don't have parents or were neglected by their parents or had an abortion. Those babies are actual forms and become a spirit. So they hang around people in the real world that they like to hang around because they know you don't mind having them around, even though you don't know they're around. But there's plenty of children who seek a place to stay. And if you're the type of person that likes kids, then the spirit children will be around you. And the only way you're going to actually know that is getting a card like this or having a medium tell you have kids around you. I don't have kids either, but I've had tons of mediums tell me that I have a lot of kids around me. And they come around me because they know I like kids. So that's why, people you got that card, And here's Tristan out of nowhere. Hi to you too. And with you, Jessica, you got that message about love because there could be somebody in spirit, like a woman, in spirit that's like trying to show you love. You just got to accept the love from that person, What I believe is that's what I believe. That's my perception because I've witnessed it because I'm a medium and I know how spirit stuff works. I know how what I say could be wrong to somebody else. I never try to claim that I, know everything or what I know is what is right. I'm not going to change anybody's mind, but that really happens in my eyes because I witnessed it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing to be nervous of, Yeah, if you feel that way towards kids, then that's why they come around you. Thanks. I have a serious collection that I don't need no more, but for some reason more comes. You said, so could my inner child spirit have left somewhere? No. See, that's no. See, your inner child spirit's still with you. That's just a perception that you have. That's just something that people say, oh, your inner child, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually talking about a child, like a form. Like, so what I just said is if you've had an abortion or you lost a child, like a miscarriage, that child still becomes a spirit when that happens. And that child is still going to grow in spirit 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 20 years ago, if that happened, that child is either going to come and hang around you because you want that child or you mourn that child, or that child is going to say, I don't care about you. I'm going to go live with someone else because this person cares about kids, unlike you. That's my perception of what happens. And that's my opinion about what happens. But inner child and all that part, you still have that until the day you die. So it doesn't leave you. It doesn't leave somewhere, and be out there. No, you know. But I believe in the spirit form of things. That's how it works. Because I did a mediumship reading for a friend of mine. Do you think kids are more sensitive to spirits? Not really. I think that I think spirits present themselves to kids because kids don't even know what they're looking at. They just think it's another person there. So I think that, spirits present themselves to kids more because they're trying to help them, or they're trying to, like, show them that, even though you're alone, I'm here for you. There's good and bad and everything too. But I read for somebody a while ago, and I never knew she had a miscarriage. And she miscarried her first child and then had 2 kids. And I told her that I keep seeing this young girl, and she's about maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 years old. And she said, OMG, that's my first, child. I lost the child, before I have my next one. And I said, well, if you didn't know, it's a girl. And she's about that age. And she goes, yeah, that's when I miscarried, was that time. So I've been presented and shown that is real, because there is no other 6, 7-year-old that she knows of that will be that age unless it was hers. So because she cared about that, and I think that her children see that their sister in spirit more than the mom would, because she's, they come to the kids more often. Yeah, exactly. I think everybody's sensitive to spirits. They just have to, like, it's all about your belief and what you believe in. That's what the headline and the facts are, is if you believe, you'll receive. But don't think because somebody's in spirit that they forget what you're doing on earth. They know exactly what you're doing and what you're saying and how you feel. So in order to have, like, the best spirit power around you, you have to believe it, receive it, and understand that they know what you're doing. So if you're doing dumb shit and you're not doing the right things, they're not going to help you. Well, that's the thing. I always knew when I was a kid that I was seeing these things for a reason, but I didn't want to believe it. And when I was 22, I went on a trip and I spoke to a psychic face to face, and he told me that I'm just like him and see spirits and deal with spirits, and I'm a medium and I can be, doing this for a living and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, look, I don't want to listen to this shit. I don't want to be no damn psychic. I don't care about no spirits. I don't care about this bullshit. This isn't my life. So at the age of 22, I already knew that I can see, hear, and smell and deal with spirit and do this type of work. But I never wanted to do it because it was not something that I cared about. I actually thought it was all bullshit. And then, the last 5 years woke me up. I've been doing it for years. I've been, doing readings for years now, for 15 plus years, almost 20 years. But the thing is like, I always did it in the beginning. I did it off and on, so I don't really count those years. But I would say the last 5 years, I've evolved my mediumship to another level because I had to change my life. You know, what changed is realizing that I'm not seeing this shit for nothing. You know, that I can actually help people, and but I had to help myself first. See, that's the reality of doing this type of stuff. If you're not serious and you're doing it just for money and just for like fame and popularity and just to like pet yourself like a dumb cat, you know, and say, "Oh, I'm just so great," you know, and talk about yourself and how you are the one getting the messages, that's not the right way to do it. You know, you got to realize that you're getting all these messages through spirit. You're channeling these people's spirits to get the message. And if you don't say I'm doing it and you say we are doing it or spirit's helping me, then that's like the reality of the whole thing. You know, you have to understand that it's not you, it's them. But a lot of people can't see that. They think that they're the ones that are doing the work. Like there's some miracle worker or something. But what changed mostly is I wanted to help people because I always believe that people can change and make their life better like I did. So if I can do it, you can do it, you know? So that's how I feel. That's my perception and opinion on everything. So thanks Tristan for the donation. I appreciate it. You can go ahead and ask a question if you want. Yeah, absolutely. Right, exactly. And that's what I pretty much said. Like, you know, you have to understand that they're the ones that are in control of giving you the information. You can't go around saying I'm the best, and you know, yeah, it's me. You know, I told you this, and I'm the greatest, and you know, spirits can look at you like, oh, really? So you don't think it's us then? Okay, well, we're gonna start giving you wrong information, idiot. You know, I always uh praise them and ask them to give me everything because I at the end of the day I don't do it for me, I do it for you guys, you know. And I still need answers for myself. I have to ask a psychic for information because I can't read for myself. It's not like that. I can't read myself. Like I can ask about somebody and find out stuff, but I can't ask things about myself because it doesn't really happen. You know, sometimes it does for basic shit, but like I can't sit here and be like, okay, when am I gonna get married? And it's gonna tell me 2022, October 16th, you know, you're gonna get married. Here we are, October 16th, 2022, and I'm not married. You see what I mean? Like it's not gonna tell me shit like that, you know. I can find things out for other people and give people messages and channel things, but I can't do it myself. So I go ask my friends to help me. And that's what should happen. If I could read for myself, I probably wouldn't read for nobody because I wouldn't even care. But that's not right, right? That's not right. That's not the way to do it. So I think the reason why I have, you know, people who confide and trust and care and ask me and pay me to do things because they actually know that I have, you know, the respect from spirit to do so. Yeah. Yep. Oh, well, that's good. You also read as well. That's nice. Go for it. You know, if you can help hundreds and thousands of people, go for it. I always encourage everybody because I can't do it on my own. You know, I can only resonate with certain amount of people. Like if you notice, you know, the same people come in here and ask me this, you know, questions because they confide in me, they trust me. You know what I mean? So they're gonna keep coming to me because I'm right. So the people that I'm not right about, that person is obviously not meant to get the truth because they're not doing something in their life that's not supposed to be done, or spirit's not wanting to help them. So why should that person be privileged of getting a channeled message from their spirit guides through me if they're not doing the right things? So that's why a lot of people get, you know, have the wrong answer for somebody. It's not so much the psychic, it's what are you doing, to deserve an answer. See, a lot of people don't think about that sometimes. Can you ask for spirit messages? You've been getting some weird dreams lately. Yeah, you can ask for whatever you want. Okay. Well, Spirit wants you to know that don't fear your finances. Like, don't fear that you don't have enough money, or don't fear that, you're not going to have enough, or don't fear that people are always going to want to ask you for money. And I also think that, you may have like materialistic things. You may have what you want, but you're still thinking that people look at you only in that reason, or you don't want to share your wealth because you think that that's the only thing that people want from you. All right. You could be going through the reason why you're seeing spirits and having, the reason why you've been getting the weird dreams is because you're going through a change and you're going through a transition, and they want you to get rid of the old ways, your old thinking, people, things, places, those things, the things that you no longer need. There's needs and wants, and they want you to know that get what you need and not what you want, because the things that you're wanting are the things that have to be put away. The things that you no longer need, get rid of. Do a complete cleansing of your home. Get rid of things you no longer need. Old clothes, old shoes, gifts that you got from people you don't like. Get rid of things. Do a huge adjustment, like a transformation, like a readjustment. And then you'll get somewhere. But try not to think that money is everything, and try not to think that nothing bad is going to happen to you. Like, just be humble and know that Spirit's trying to make the changes necessarily for you to make the adjustments, but you have to sacrifice certain things in order to get what you want. If there's no sacrifice, then how are you supposed to get anything that you really need? I think that they're also like telling me that if you're trying to invest in something, it might be a bad investment. So watch where you spend your money and who you spend your money with. If you have a good job and you're making good money, try not to spend it on stupid shit, and put it towards things you actually need. And reverse your way of life. Like, the things that you need to do it. So that way Spirit can continue to help you and to get to where you have to go. Try not to be greedy. Try not to be selfish. Try to understand that you may have more than some people, but it doesn't make you better than that person. Also, like, release yourself from like any type of, like being secluded and like trying to feel like you have to be away from people, or feel locked up and feel like you have to be home all the time because there's people out there, type of thing. Release yourself and reach towards your real goals that you want to do. So, if you're giving readings live on TikTok and doing those type of things, do it from your heart, do it from your soul, do it from from Spirit, and know that even if you're not getting too much out of it, at least you're doing what you like to do, what you need to do. So try to look at this time and look at those weird dreams as, regeneration, like trying to get rejuvenated, and trying not to be so bored with life. Try to do things, and don't hold on to things too much longer. Let shit go, especially materialistic things. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's the message I think Spirit's trying to give to you. I know that was a lot, but that's what I get. Needs and wants. All right. And your message from Spirit is inspire passion. And this says, life devoid of passion can be boring, uninspired blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is the time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will reconnect you with what that is sacred. Pretty much that's the same message. So this is telling you, do what you're passionate doing, and try not to do things that you're not supposed to be doing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're welcome, and thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was looking at bigger TVs. I have a 58-inch TV, and I was like, I can fit an actual 70 up here somewhere. I can make room for it. And I was like, know what, Mark? That's a waste of money. Don't do it. Just leave the damn TV alone. When it breaks or it's no good, then go get another one. I always try to say to myself, I really don't need this. I want this. So that's what your message is too. You don't really need it. You just want it. Yeah, just get rid of that stuff, because that stuff is like clutter. That's the word I wanted to use earlier. Like that clutter in your home, you just have to get rid of it, Yeah, exactly. Maybe for my BD or something, yeah. Yeah, I have mine right here. See, mine's right there mounted on my wall. It's a 58-inch, but I want to get something bigger because I have the space for it. But I'm like, nah, I'll leave it alone. That's the biggest TV I've ever had so far. I used to have like a 42. Then I got then I said, yeah, I want to upgrade something way bigger. So I got a 58. So at least it's way bigger than what I had. But I was like, this shit's expensive, so I don't want to get nothing that big. But they had a 70-inch TV for like $3,000. And I was like, fuck, man, I want to get this TV so bad. I can watch all my sports on here. The season started again. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to get it. I'll leave it. I might get it for Christmas, because during Christmas time, they have this Black Friday sales. And I'm like, fuck, I want to get this shit. Yeah, see that, Mike? Yeah, I would love to get that. See, a 72-inch Black Friday. If you took the words right out of my mouth, see that? For $250. That's what's up. See, yeah, you can get deals like that. You'd be surprised. Like if you go, that's why they have those Black Friday sales. Like if you get a chance to get your hands on something, it's like the deal of the century. Like, yeah, it's the last one left. See, that's why and if as long as it still works, you're good. But man, I saw a 70-inch and I saw how big it was, and I was just dreaming of what that would look like over my wall over here watching sports on, and I'm like, I should get it. I'm got the $3,000 right now to do it. I just finished like this huge job, and I have some decent amount of money. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get this shit. Now I was like, you know what, Mark, don't get it. Because you're gonna waste that, $3 grand, and you can get it for half the price during Black Friday sale. So I was like, I'll wait for a sale, I'll wait for Christmas, and I'll probably get one. And then I'll give this TV to my nephew. They don't have a big TV like that, but I'll give this one to him as a gift for Christmas. I'll say, you can have this TV, and I'm gonna go buy another one. Really, Uncle Mark? Really? Yeah, you can have it. Merry Christmas. Watching the Giants, yeah, I watched the Patriots earlier. They won, so I'm happy. I'm happy my Patriots won today. They're back to 3-3, so that's good. They won 2 in a row, so I'm happy. My Patriots are getting there. Then basketball starts on Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, I watch soccer as well. I watch, American football. I watch baseball, hockey. But I'm a Boston fan. I like all the Boston teams, as you know. So, yeah, I don't really watch the NFL unless it's the Patriots playing. Sometimes if I don't have nothing to watch, I'll watch Sunday night football or Monday night football. Depends on who's playing. I'll watch a little bit of it, but I don't like watching other teams. If it ain't my team, I ain't watching it. So and Sundays, which is today, I'll watch there's a show called Wicked Tuna. It's a bunch of tuna fishermen in Boston, and they catch huge tunas and sell it to the market. So I watch that all the time too. So that's the only other thing I watch besides sports. I don't watch news, and I don't watch soap operas and shit like that. So I just watch strictly sports. So when October comes, I'm happy because baseball finishes, NFL's on, basketball starts, hockey starts. So October is the best month for sports. Yeah, I don't do all that fantasy stuff and all that stuff. People ask me to do it, but I'm not really into all that stuff. Nah, I'm from Bermuda, yeah. But I love Boston. I've been I have family in Boston. I have a lot of friends in Boston. And yeah, I'm just a huge Boston fan. I have been all my life. I'm glad I am because we won every No, he's not from Bermuda, no. Not that I know of. I doubt Tim. I think Tim Duncan's from Barbados or something like that. He's not from Bermuda, but I think he's from Barbados or something like that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, fantasy football. Yeah, I'm not one to bet or go into those fantasy stuff and all those things. I love sports but I don't have the time to do all of that shit. I just want to watch my team win and I'll be happy. Yeah, I think he's from Barbados or somewhere down the islands there. Yeah, he's not from Bermuda. But yeah, I'm a sports fanatic. I love watching sports every day, all day. So my dad came up here earlier and we watched our Portuguese soccer team lose. So it wasn't good. I was kind of pissed because that's a team one of the teams I love the most is my Portuguese soccer team. But yeah, I like this. The team I love the most with all my heart is the Celtics. I'm a Boston Celtics diehard fan. I've been watching the Celtics. Basketball is my favorite sport, so I've been watching the Celtics since I was 8 years old because my dad used to watch the games all the time. My dad's a sports freak too. So I've been to tons of basketball games live. I've been to Boston 50, 60 times in my lifetime. And I've watched over 30 games. I go out there just to watch games and go shopping and then come back home. I only go for a couple of days, 4 or 5 days. I'll go rent a hotel tell my friends I'm in town, go watch the game, 2 games if I can. And I'm a member of the Celtics thing and stuff like that. So I get special deals, good prices on tickets. I just go out there and have fun. I got a lot of friends out there, so maybe I get together with them, we have a good time, things like that. Yeah, that's all I watch is sports, and I watch like fishing stuff. I like fishing and stuff because Bermuda's like surrounded by the ocean, so I like fishing and water sports, things like that, or any type of show or anything like that. Like sports shows and stuff. And when I'm not watching TV, I'm working, trying to save the world. No, I'm just teasing. Or I'm doing this, which I love. But yeah, I'm just glad that Tuesday is the first basketball game of the season. And I can't wait. I'll be so happy to watch full-time basketball again. Can't wait. And hopefully your president, Sleepy Joe, allows the unvaccinated to come to his country and get over himself. Or, like someone said the other day, it's not really him, it's the doctors, but I doubt that. He goes on and on and on about it. But hopefully the United States accepts unvaccinated travelers to their country again, so I can come in and, stay unvaccinated. And, watch some games. So put in a good word for me, okay? All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get some dinner. I can't believe how much time has flown by. I've been on here for like 2 hours now. So it's good seeing everybody. I wish you guys a great Sunday night. And take care of yourselves. Have a good week coming up. Stay positive. Stay focused. And self-love is the best love. That's what the advice I can give you. Be safe, everyone. Take care.